have started our journey. We've been traveling for 5 hours. We are doing good, a little tired, a little awake. Gonna go to the Western store.
Morning.
Who's over here?
Arden.
Hello. Hi, Arkin. And who's this handsome young man? So today I thought I'd take you guys along as we traveled with our 3 boys. Their ages 5, 3, and 1 year old. We are doing a 22-hour road trip. So we just got about 6 hours in. We left around 4 a.m. to drive through the night. So the kids got a little bit of sleep in the car. They were a little owly, if I'm being honest, because we stayed up really late the night before. Normally, we like to keep our routine very consistent, go to bed at a normal time, and then allow us to get a little bit of sleep before we head out. And we will try to drive, a good portion in the evening, or early morning, let the kids sleep, and then stop, every 4 to 6 hours, depending. It's going to be more like 6 at night when they're sleeping and 4 or less during the day when they're awake. So we try to make as good of time as we can in the nighttime hours. And this is if we're going to be stopping to spend the night in a hotel. Otherwise, this last time we made a 22-hour drive, we actually drove straight through and just alternated who was driving. So today I'm going to give you all my best tips for traveling, making your car ride as smooth as possible, the packing, staying in a hotel, all the things that you're thinking about as you prepare for a long road trip, and how to make it easy and breezy and your kids actually look forward to these kind of trips and you are not feeling super overwhelmed or anxious during the drive, but just relaxed and enjoying this time with your family.
So yeah, my hands is so excited.
Arkin. No. We're about to go see Grandma and Grandpa.
Morning. We're having breakfast at the hotel. We're gonna leave after we have breakfast.
Yeah, so we've got 9 hours.
9 hours.
So let's first talk about how we make this road trip super enjoyable. And I think that starts out with how you set up your car. We plan that our kids are going to want to sleep, and also that whoever's not driving might need to sleep. So we're arranging our kids in a way that's going to allow them to sleep the best. So for this car ride, we ended up putting our youngest in the middle. It's not exactly the easiest in and out on a day-to-day basis, but it's great for allowing the brothers to sleep either on the car doors or use his car seat for a place to rest their head, along with also being able to get them out of the car a little bit easier and they can get themselves situated. And then as they get more tired, they're not beating each other up and complaining about each other being in their space. And if one of them's awake and our baby's awake, they can help by handing him snacks and with other things like that. So just think about your car arrangement more strategically for a long drive rather than your day-to-day in and out. Another really important thing is to have lots of snacks. This helps extend that time between stops and also is going to save you a lot of money so you're not buying things at the gas station, especially junk food. When you are traveling, it is so easy to pick up a candy bar or some artificial dye chips when you could be packing healthy things that are protein packed, lower in sugar, whole food items like bananas, apples, carrots. Okay, there's our chauffeur. It's 4 more hours, babe, and a Culver's run.
Big motors up there, they create electricity.
So besides great snacks, you're probably wondering, how in the world do you keep these kids entertained for 22 hours in the car? That's literally a whole entire day of traveling, or 2 days if you do the hotel stay in the middle. So I've got a few tips and tricks for keeping your car attitude really positive. But before that, let's talk a little bit about when you stop to go out to eat. and how we keep this trip as efficient as possible. We do like to do more of a drive-through situation for lunches. Sometimes we'll pick up things at the gas station. Other times, though, we will go to a separate place. And I try to pick things that are the healthiest, highest protein option. I find that that's the hardest thing to do for snacks in the car is the protein. There's only so much jerky sticks, snack sticks that you can feed your family before they're just sick of it. And if your kids are anything like mine, they're not really fans of just plain cold deli meat. So I will not allow them to pick a non-protein thing. If they want something not protein, then I give them, one of our snack bars from the car. And I find that that just helps everyone stay in much better moods, which makes less need for discipline. Another way to not have to discipline or hand out threats that you're really not going to follow through with, because what can you really do when you're stuck in the car for this amount of time, is to just have a really positive attitude and reaffirm great behaviors, positive attitudes, positive conversations, and creative thoughts. So what I mean by this is by starting the road trip as I'm so excited to go on this 22-hour road trip. This is going to be such fun time with our family. I love that we get to do this experience together. This is what I'm really enjoying about it. Just really focusing on the positives and being grateful and affirming that great positive reciprocation. And then also realizing when your kids are fading and trying to help them mellow down for like a nap or change up the conversation. So sometimes this means a podcast, switching to music, starting to talk about something that's going on outside, like the windmills we drove by became a whole engineering little homeschool lesson that was unplanned, but kept the drive more exciting and entertaining. And then I'm not fully against iPads, but we do try not to use them. As soon as the kids start to get ready for a nap and we just really need something, though, we will pull out the iPad and let them do a show. This is normally the final hour to 2 hours in our road trip when we are approaching that supper time and also bedtime. We're probably 3 hours out from that, and it's been a very long travel. That's when we'll pull out the iPad, maybe watch a show on there until someone falls asleep. But we try to do that before anyone gets to a negative, whiny attitude. That way we're not reinforcing bad, undesirable behaviors, but we're reinforcing great traveling attitudes and keeping it light and fun. So now let's talk a little bit more about prepping the car to make this road trip super smooth. I have a whole short on the things I keep in my car to keep it clean, like a garbage can, extra wipes, paper towels, and I keep all that stuff right by myself, especially if you're going to be doing some fast food. Any bit of a drive, it really just makes it so nice to keep everything and everyone clean. And then I also love to pack a little bag with a spare change of clothes for each person that's right by my diaper change stuff. So normally behind my seat is where I'll have all the extra diapers and wipes along with the change of clothes for every single person in the car, because you never know what's going to happen and you don't want to have to be digging through your bags that are packed for a whole week and a half to find an outfit, especially if you're the one who has the dirty outfit from whatever might have happened. So I like to do that. And then we also will make a separate bag that is specific for our hotel stay. So the things that are in there are going to be our travel clothes, extra socks and underwear, maybe some swim trunks. We don't normally know exactly where we're going to be staying at the hotel, but I like to have those things just in case we would need them. The sound machine, maybe even some snacks or microwave popcorn in a little bag, just to make that a really exciting thing to look forward to. And a one and done kind of grab that bag, grab the pack and play. Each kid will bring in their blankets. I bring my own pillow when we're traveling. It's great for sleeping in the passenger seat when you're not the one driving, and also for the hotel stay and then when we're there. So those types of things just make the whole travel and the whole stop much easier. We'll put all those bags in the same area to make it super easy to unload at the hotel. And if you'd like any more information, like an in-depth how I pack for these kinds of trips for week-long, 2-week-long, 3-week-long vacations, let me know and I can make a separate video all about that. And then be looking forward to part 2 where I talk a little bit more about schedules, adventuring how we stay at all these places as we travel, and answer any of the questions you guys leave in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.